All right, great. I'm glad that you successfully got that one correct. So we're going to move on to some more elements of rule of thirds, and I'm going to explain why it works. And it works because in pictures, the eyes have somewhere to go. So just like in that kayaker, the eyes, you see the subject, and then you see where he's headed, and the eyes sort of like trail toward where he's headed. And that's one reason why the rule of thirds works. Another one is it gives the picture a sense of direction. So if the subject is just standing there and just looking straight at the camera, it's sort of awkward and it doesn't quite tell a story, and it doesn't quite allow you to think and be creative in terms of what's happening in the picture. You know what's happening. They're looking at the camera. So with the kayaker, again, you get a sense of direction. He's heading toward the coastline. So the picture video is more captivating and interactive. Again, you're looking directly at the camera. It's not going to do anything. So if do anything for you, again, you get a sense of movement when you're following rule of thirds. It's more captivating. You can come up with speculations. It creates a sense of tension or energy. So all these things can happen when the rule of thirds is used correctly. Breaking the rule of thirds. So obviously rule of thirds is, with every rule in photography, with every rule in videography, there's always breaking it. And sometimes, like, to be creative and you want to bend the rules, break the rules, and there's 3 reasons why you should break the rule of thirds. Other than that, you should probably stick to it as much as possible. So in this picture up here, I have the first reason as it's a shallow depth of field. So as you see, you're not really getting a clear background. So the subjects are in the center. They're not really following the rule of thirds. So you can get away from the fact that they're not really on the rule of thirds line. So the other thing is the picture tells a story. So you can sort of see, like when you're looking at it, the subjects are clear. You're not, maybe they're in love. They're hanging on each other. Maybe they just got engaged. Like all of these things you can speculate. And then the last thing is the subjects aren't looking at the camera. So they're looking at something more important than the camera, which actually gives the picture, in a sense, a story, and goes back to the story element. So when they're not looking at it, then you can ask the question, what are they looking at? And there's no real right or wrong answer, but it just makes you think, and it makes the picture interactive. Once you actually get to become an expert at rule of thirds, you're going to start to take it to the next level. And one thing that you can do to take it to the next level is called counterpoints. So we have a picture broken down into these 4 different spots right here. And there should be a primary focal point and then a secondary focal point. And the counterpoints are, okay, the primary one is right here. So you can see this point right here. So the subject is just kayaking. And then the counterpoint is the one opposite. So this one right here. So we'll call it 2. So counterpoint, your eye just tends to just go down and hit the exact opposite one. So he's following the paddle, and the paddle then leads you to the coastline, and sort of that flow of the picture is sort of what you want. So that's a counterpoint. So primary focal point, secondary focal point. So the coastline and the paddle. All right, another question. Why is the rule of thirds effective? So A, is it the picture video is easier to see? B, the picture video is more captivating and interactive? C, the picture video is a better quality? D, the picture video keeps the eyes focused on only one part? So pick your answer now.